The confirmed number of new coronavirus cases reported in Los Angeles County in the last 24 hours is 916, with 10 additional deaths. Here in Torrance, 4 additional cases were reported with no new deaths. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's Monday, October 25th. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration gave its support of recommending Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 booster shots. This clears the way for the nearly 15 million people who received the one-dose coronavirus vaccine to now get their second shot. While committee members did suggest that J&J recipients might benefit from the option of a booster from Pfizer or Moderna instead of another Johnson & Johnson shot, officials say getting a booster, regardless of which ones, will provide an added layer of protection against the coronavirus. With this latest news, that makes nearly 100 million people nationwide eligible to receive a COVID booster shot now, as boosters are available to those based on when their first round of shots were received. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says some 11.6 million individuals across the country have already received their booster. For the nearly 47 million Pfizer and 39 million Moderna vaccine recipients who received both their shots at least 6 months ago, they are now eligible. These two companies, which use the same mRNA technology in their COVID vaccine, is approved for anyone 65 and older. Adults 18 to 64 who have a medical condition that increases their likelihood for COVID complications, or frontline workers 17 and older who are at a higher risk of exposure to COVID due to their jobs. Now, for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine recipients, this adds another 13 million people who may be eligible as of Friday. Eligible candidates must have received the J&J vaccine at least 2 months ago instead of Pfizer and Moderna's 6 months, and all J&J recipients are eligible even if they don't have underlying medical conditions or work in a high-risk setting. Speaking of boosters, the California Department of Public Health is urging residents to get their extra shot now that it's been approved. Following the week's announcement by federal partners approving booster shots for all 3 vaccine options, the CDPH issued a statement recently saying that getting the booster may play a critical role moving forward in fighting the virus, and hope that the public will step forward and get their shot. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration recently expanded the emergency use authorization for Moderna and Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccines, with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Western State Scientific Safety Review Work Group recommending the expanded EUAs. Heading into the winter months and into flu season, officials are encouraging Californians to get the added protection and make getting a booster shot a priority. Eligible Californians can find a booster vaccine through the myturn.ca.gov website and schedule their flu vaccine at the same time to stay as healthy as possible. Well, there may be soon more options when it comes to vaccines and which ones are available for kids to help fight COVID-19. Moderna officials said today that a low dose of its COVID-19 shot is safe and appears to work for children 6 to 11 years old. The manufacturer joins Pfizer in moving towards expanding their vaccines to kids. Pfizer, which is already approved for use in kids 12 and older, is currently undergoing evaluation by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. They hope to get approved for use in younger children ages 5 to 11, and if given the green light, could be widely available by early November. Moderna trials they trail behind as they study lower doses in younger children and teens. Researchers have already tested 2 shots for the 6 to 11-year-old group, given a month apart, with each dose containing half the amount given to adults. Early results showed that vaccinated children did develop virus-fighting antibodies similar to levels that young adults produced after getting the full-strength shots. Moderna's study included close to 4,700 children in that age group who either got the vaccine or the dummy shots. Moderna plans to submit their results to the FDA and global regulators soon. Moderna is currently waiting on the FDA to decide whether the company's application has been approved or denied to expand the vaccination to 12 to 17-year-olds. Well, hope you grabbed your umbrellas as you walked out of the door this morning. Southern California was forecast to receive under an inch of rain today as the first major storm of the season brought welcome showers to the area. A flood advisory was issued for Los Angeles County residents as moderate to heavy rains were on and off throughout the day. Now in Northern Cal, it was a different story as San Francisco already received 5.5 inches of rain in the last 24 hours. Here in Torrance, residents who may have concerns about flooding around their home can pick up free sandbags, which are available at the city yard. It's located at 20500 Madrona Avenue. Just bring your ID or Torrance utility bill to show proof of residency. You should also call ahead to ensure that staff is available to assist you when you arrive. Now that number is 310-781-6900. Students who attend a Cal State graduated at record numbers this year, despite the many challenges faced throughout the pandemic. According to the state's university system, which has 23 campuses throughout California, more than 132,000 degrees were earned in 2020 to 2021, representing an increase of 25,000 in 5 years. The overall 4-year graduation rate increased from 19% up to 33%, and the 6-year graduation rate grew from 57% to 63%. Now, this is attributed to the university system's efforts to increase graduation rates since 2015. Efforts included launching a re-enrollment campaign aimed at bringing underserved students back to CSU campuses this spring, carving a path to ensure students have a clear pathway to graduation, and targeting the focus to improve student achievement in courses that have the highest number of failing grades and largest enrollment of underserved students. October is Pedestrian Safety Month, a time to remind drivers, walkers, and cyclists that staying safe is a shared responsibility. The United States Department of Transportation emphasized a different theme each week to focus on the various topics of safety. From embracing walking as a healthy form of transportation to slowing down while driving when pedestrians are around, to safe technology to protect drivers when vehicles, to this week's focus, which includes safe roads and encouraging safe behaviors among drivers. Now, here are some tips to remember. For drivers, be sure to pay attention to traffic control and speed limits, especially in school zones and neighborhoods. Watch for pedestrians at all times. Do not assume pedestrians hear you or see you driving. Be cautious when backing up and look for small children that may not be in your view. Avoid distractions like texting, talking on cell phones, or eating and drinking behind the wheel. And for those walking, be sure to stay on the sidewalk whenever possible. And when a sidewalk isn't available, walk facing traffic as close to the edges of the road away from traffic as possible. Do not cross in the middle of the street, and before crossing, be sure to look left, right, then left again. Continuously watch for oncoming traffic as you cross. Watch for cars entering or exiting driveways or backing into parking lots. Watch for turning vehicles. Be visible by wearing light or reflective colored clothing when it's dark, and watch out for blind spots around trucks and buses. You can get more tips at transportation.gov. Well, speaking of safety, the Torrance Police Department received a $150,000 grant to go towards programs to increase safety awareness in the city. Thanks to this award, Torrance Police will roll out a police traffic services program to deter dangerous and illegal driving behaviors that increase the risk of crashes in the community. Department officials say the funding will allow the police to provide necessary traffic enforcement measures with the goal of reducing serious injury and fatal crashes on the roads. The additional enforcements include DUI checkpoints and patrols focused on impaired drivers, as well as bicycle and pedestrian safety enforcement operations focused on driving safety and community education outreach on traffic safety issues such as distracted driving, speeding, bicycle, and pedestrian safety. With Halloween less than a week away now, LA County officials are reminding residents that while COVID-19 numbers continue to decline, the highly transmissible Delta variant continues to be a concern, accounting for 100% of new cases reported. Now, in an effort to have a safe Halloween, the community is reminded that crowded places with poor air circulation are the most dangerous environments for contracting the virus and should be avoided. The county's public health department says the safest activities are those that are outside, including outdoor costume parties, pumpkin patch visits, outdoor ghost tours, hay rides, and even trick-or-treating, as that is done outdoors. Those celebrating Halloween are reminded to continue wearing those face masks if you're in crowds or in close contact with others who are not in your household or are not vaccinated. Halloween does land on Sunday, so you can find more tips at publichealth.lacounty.gov. The 13th annual Skechers Peer-to-Peer Friendship Walk was a huge success this weekend, surpassing the goal of raising $2.5 million. $2.655 million was raised, which will benefit schools and students in the South Bay, including Torrance. This included virtual walkers who donated to help raise the funds, along with walkers who came out to Manhattan Beach Pier for the 3.5-mile walk. Some of the top fundraising groups included Hickory, Towers, and Arlington Elementary Schools from Torrance. The Skechers Peer-to-Peer Friendship Walk is organized to help raise money for critical education programs, along with programs to support children with special needs. And the money stays right here in the South Bay. Way to go, Torrance families. Now, the event took place yesterday, but you can still donate to support. Just go to SkechersFriendshipWalk.com. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. The Volunteer Center in Torrance is inviting the community to come out and celebrate this holiday by giving back to the community. On Thursday, October 28th, they will host a trunk and treat canned food donation drive-through from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. Items requested include cereal, dry pasta, pasta sauce, rice, beans, peanut butter and jelly, canned vegetables, canned fruit, and canned meat. Their goal this year is to make 5,000 meals to give to those in need. And it's all part of the Food for Kids program. Join the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce, the Women in Business, and the National Charity League, and the Open Hearts Foundation as they all participate in this great cause. The Volunteer Center is located at 1230 Cravens Avenue. You can go to their website for more information. That's volcenter.org. What a great way to show how we care for those in need, especially children in our community. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo, or video you would like to share, email us at COVID-19today@torranceca.gov. We would love to hear from you. Well, that is our update for COVID-19 today. We will see you back here tomorrow as Colin Kushner brings you the latest. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time.